G'day again, John down under tunage here in Melbourne, Australia. Got a chance to do another video, and I think I'll do another part of the February finds because, yeah, just recently we've got a bit more freedom here in Melbourne. It's a bit easy to get to shops, and they're opening up a few fairs, and also I've had a few things come in from the post, which were restricted at one stage, but they seem to be getting through, so that's a good thing. And the first one to show that I've got is with a huge thanks to Vinyl Richie. He first showed this late last year in one of his videos, and then he showed it again just recently. And that is the utterly gorgeous cover there, Vampira with Satan's Cheerleaders. How's that for a cover? What do you reckon? Fantastic, darling?
Absolutely.
It is. Yeah, she's a stunningly gorgeous. She was the goth goddess from the 1950s, and yeah, this is a recent release, and yeah, I think Satan's Cheerleaders had a few singles out, and they're worth hundreds from memory. You had a little bit of a look, but yeah, I obviously had none of the original ones, but once I saw Vampira, I had to get onto it. And yeah, because Vinyl Richie showed the actual artwork without, yeah, because if you look at this on Discogs at the moment, they've got the record covering the sleeve art, which is very silly. Hopefully somebody will correct that, if not me. But yeah, that's just worth it for the cover alone. And I got the yeah, I had to. We have a good record shop here that does import stuff because yeah, we do have restrictions with America at the moment. But I've got this is the blood red version. That's the Toxic Toast insert that it came with. Yeah, so that's the red with the first label and the second label. But yeah, very pleased to find this one, and massive thanks to Vinyl Richie for showing it and making sure that, yeah, got me fired up to go and get it and put an import order in for it, which we've done. So thank you for that. And second one, this is a band that deserves far more credit than they seem to get, and this is an Aussie band, Single Gun Theory. This is Exercise This Wasteland. This came out in about 87. I've found this in the shop, yeah, about a month ago or a few weeks ago. And this is an album from about 1987. And strangely enough, even though they're Aussie, this is a Canadian record. Yeah, they're very, very trippy, very feminine, just prior to or around about the time of shoegaze. So this is the first album I've got of theirs, and at the time I do remember the song, which was called I Am What I See. This is the CD single I've got of it, and yeah, very Indian influenced. Yeah, fantastic sounds. So if you don't know them, look them up and have a listen, and hopefully you'll be impressed. This is about 91, I think, that one. And the CD that I've got of the album was, yeah, this is like, what's it called? Like Stars in My Hands. That's the one that came out in 91. This is the very early days of Triple J. They used to play all this stuff that, of course, the commercial stations would ignore. So this is the only way to find out about that sort of music at the time. And we had to import this one in as well, which is Single Gun Theory. Yeah, the Like Stars in My Hands, the vinyl version, which is a redo not long ago. And yeah, what they call it, 90s dream pop, which is probably sums it up quite well. So that's Single Gun Theory. And I also have a CD from about 94, which is the Flow River to My Soul. So that's, yeah, if you don't know that band, look them up. They're well worth, I reckon. Second one, yeah, we found this at one of the recent fairs. And this is the 12-inch single by the Avalanches. They had a album out in the year 2000, and this was one of the tracks off it, Frontier Psychiatrist. And this had about four versions of the song, which was Crazy as a Coconut. He's crazy as a coconut, whatever it was. And yeah, this is not easy to find, but yeah, picked that up at one of the fairs. And the actual the record that they sample that from, we found that for a whole $1 at one of the antique markets here, and that was Wayne and Schuster. And yeah, Frontier Psychiatrist is on this actual album, so yeah, that's what they sampled it from, and this cost us $1. So happy about that. It was good stuff. Yeah, and I think you call this an acquired taste. Is that right? Mrs. won't say anything, but she is in the background. And that's The Sound of Edna by Dame Edna Everidge. And look at that for a copy of The Scream by Edvard Munch. And that's actually done as a redo of the drawing. That's not the original, of course, but because the face is a lot clearer. Like we had a 1,000-piece jigsaw that we just did of this recently.
Yeah, you accomplished that beautifully.
Yeah, during the hard lockdown. Yeah, that was something to spend a few hours doing. But yeah, there's Dame Edna. This is about 1978, I think. And just for the cover, that's a good one to add. And speaking of cringeworthy stuff, we have Bob Hudson and Glenn A. Baker's curated selection of Antipity Atrocities. And yeah, that's Glenn A. there. What do we call him? He's a music historian, critic?
Yeah, critic.
Historian, critic. Yeah, this is late-ish 1980s. It's a double album, gatefold on ABC Records. And yeah, the main reason I got interested in this is some of the stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of TV stars and things that sort of did some rather songs that they may not want people to remember them by. But yeah, I got this for the track at the side one, which is Our Don Bradman, which I think at the time was released on a 78, because I think it would have come out in probably the 1930s. So yeah, I got keen just to grab it just because I remember that song. So that's Antipity Atrocities. The next one to show is thanks to Aaron Mother Alamare. And he showed this on one of his Tipsy Tuesdays a while back now. At least I think it was probably last year. And that is Life, Sex and Death and the Silent Majority. This is a repress. I think it came out in 92 originally, but this is the...
what does the sign say?
The repress. Oh, it's too rude. Yeah, she's got something through her girl bits, and yeah, I did look up the photographer too. Yeah, she's done a few sort of heavy metal type, death metal type album covers as well. Oh god, I can't remember her name offhand. I better put it up. That's fine. That's all right. And yeah, I'll put her name up in the thing because I do remember looking her up. So that's thanks to Aaron Mother Alamare. Life, Sex and Death and the Silent Majority. And the next one to show, it's a similar type cover. And look at that. There's somebody without a lady who forgot to put her top on, so we spared her blushes with a few discreet post-it notes. And this is indelibly stamped. This is an original mid-ish 70s, I think, from memory.
How long did it take you to chase that up?
I haven't been targeted. I did know of it, but just popped up at a record shop at a reasonable price, so why not? Yeah, I better be careful. No, it's okay. And yeah, look at that artwork on the back of it. Yeah, it's a gatefold, and yeah, some fantastic tiger art there. So yeah, some serious work on that lady. And a soundtrack that we just so happened to have seen this on DVD last week, and we found this was it yesterday? I think we picked this up at a second-hand market. Yeah, the original Great Gatsby from about 74 with Robert Redford and who was it? Bruce Dern. He's the baddie, isn't he, darling? He's the baddie. So yeah, this was a 2LP.
Don't spoil it.
One. Oh, well, he's a bad. I'm pretty sure most people know. And there's a lot of stills from the actual movie there. And yeah, fantastic Art Deco sort of era styling and such. Is there a redo of this movie?
There? With DiCaprio.
Oh, DiCappuccino, yeah. Well, no big deal. This is the original and the best, isn't it? So yeah, that was. I think we paid $7 for a double album. So what's wrong with that? So why not? So the Great Gatsby soundtrack. And another one that, you see the cover and you think, I've got to have it. And this, we got this one yesterday as well, and that is the Sweet Cream and Other Delights, which is obviously a take of the Herb Albert Whipped Cream and Other Delights. And actually that song, like this is prime disco, but that song, I Don't Know What to Do, is quite a good tune. Like, very disco-y, and if you don't like disco you won't like it, but it's quite a good tune. It's quite a nice one to listen to. So there's another one of those whipped cream type art covers. And another one we just got yesterday.
Oh, you left the best till last.
Oh, in terms of artwork it is, yeah.
And music.
This is 4-letter word, the Fitzroy Doom Scene. This is, and it's called Facing the Ruin. This is the Melbourne band, sort of stoner heavy rock, sort of proggy. Hard to describe it. Yeah, how's that for an artwork? That is just brilliant.
Like Saxon, you said.
They would have got this from a British church, because I don't think there's any Aussie churches that are of this vintage and that sort of gorgeously decrepit state.
Oh.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, this is a 300 limited set apparently. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, it's of 300, but yeah, it looks like they don't number each one. They just put them out as, there's a limited of 300. I think it's a private label from memory, so yes, that was a nice one to find at the record shop. And once I saw the cover, I'm interested, and yeah, the music's actually as good as it too, so it's well worth buying. So that's you can look at the word there, what the first word is, but it's 4-letter word, the Fitzroy Doom Scene, another Melbourne band from here in Australia. So there you have it. There's a few finds, and I was pleased to be able to get a video done, because we've had a lot of renovations and noise here from the local shopping centre, and it's gone quiet now. So happy to have got the video done with a reasonable amount of less noise in the background. So for everybody who watched, thanks very much, and I'll see you later. And
happy digging, everyone.
all right, no worries.